will you cite for your guy Saubert getting a touchdown in Miami?
I think if you guys watched the tape, the entire team was more excited than Eric was, and I think that was the most excited we've been all year for a touchdown. Eric's a guy who very consistent every single day, doesn't get a lot of ops, makes the most of the ops that he gets, catches a few passes that Brock throws to him. Anytime he's in, trying his hardest. Entire locker room loves him. So for him to get a touchdown, and it was funny too because that play's actually been installed for like 3 years, and like Charlie Warner used to run it, Ross Dwelly used to run it, and we finally called it, and Eric scores on it, and we immediately got a text from Charlie Warner, who was very jealous about it, which I found that very humorous. But no, we were just all so excited for Eric because it's rewarding to get that touchdown like that.
Willis is on the field too at that point.
He was.
Can the ball go to him too?
On specifically that play, the read was it's me to Eric to Braden, and he was just so open, so that was a good thing, and we're all just so pumped for him. Those 2 questions in a row.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. That's it for me.
Okay.
George, you may be aware.
Are you going to make me aware of something I'm not aware of?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, dear.
But
what's up?
33 yards to get to 1,000. If you get to 1,000, that'd be 4 1,000-yard seasons. I think you'd be one of five in NFL history.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I mean, look, I realize you always say winning is the most important thing and all that, but this is kind of some big deal stuff. It kind of points to maybe a Hall of Fame down the road. I mean, I don't know. Can you take it in at this point, during a season and think about some of that stuff?
Well, I think I said this to you guys after the game, but before every season, I try to set goals for myself. That's something that my old tight ends coach, he made me do it because I never used to do it. And so, goal is always 10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. I think 75 catches is usually the goal. And so anytime you can get any of those and you can achieve those goals, regardless of what's happening this season, that's always a good thing. I would much rather be winning football games. But to have that as a cherry on top is awesome. And just, the more seasons that you can stack up like that, the more fun things you can do down the road.
Have you ever looked at where you kind of stack up in the history of tight ends, catches, touchdowns, that kind of
history of tight ends? No. I'll look back on that whenever I'm done playing. It is what it is. But, I'm just very excited that I've got to spend 8 years with the San Francisco 49ers, hopefully continue to play here because it's a storied franchise, and hopefully can eventually catch T.O. I don't think I'll ever catch Jerry Rice on anything, but that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. I don't think I want to play that long.
How many years did Mercedes Lewis play?
Mercedes is either at 18 or 19 right now. And that is just, he's an absolute monster.
Did your longevity goals change after maybe 2 years in the league?
It's always been till the wheels fall off,
yeah.
or until my wife tells me to stop playing, which I'll trust her on that one.
Okay.
You say maybe you hope it's more years here.
Always.
You got 1 year left on your deal, but is that something that this offseason you'd like to address, that you'd like to try to find a way to stick around longer?
You can ask me that in the off season.
Okay, fair enough. Seemed like a normal segue.
It was good, but I was ready for it.
Fair enough.
It would be a better story if you said no.
Oh,
right now.
Yeah.
No, I love where I'm at. It's a great place.
Is locker clean out day off season? Does that count?
Yeah.
If you guys can catch me, maybe I'll be pretty fast that day.
Thanks a lot, Eric.
Yeah.
Lost our sneak
Lost a
ability.
surprise.
Yeah,
Now, no.
surprise.
Now there's no chance.
That was bad. Not that you're, I don't know, maybe a stupid question, but a lot of guys.
That's a crazy way to preface a question.
Yeah, exactly. But you are among the star players here, the only one, obviously there's been tons of injuries, different reasons for it, but the only one who's kind of maintained, the standard that you've had through the years. Take certain pride in that even though things are kind of falling apart around you, you've been able to kind of hold up your end?
All I know is that at the end of the year, when they go back and they look at every single game, no one really looks at, this was their record during this time. This is who was hurt during that time. My dad's told me since I was in middle school that the eye in the sky doesn't lie, and your reputation and the respect that you get is what you put on the film. And so I just try to hold myself and those around me to the highest standard, because no one's going to look at this Detroit Lions game or the Miami Dolphins game and be like, they were eliminated from the playoffs in here, and they weren't trying their hardest. No one cares about that stuff. And so I'm going to go out there, and every single game is very important to me. And while, yes, the stakes are different and there's human nature to maybe chill or, hey, I'm playing to, try to just get through to the end of the season, I'll never be like that. I'm always going to try my best to play at my highest level, play at my best. You know, in 2020 I came back after we were eliminated from the playoffs after a broken foot, and I played the last 2 games because I love football. And you can only lace up your cleats so many times, and you never know when your last time's going to be, so you might as well take advantage of all those.
What has it been like this week, watching the tape of the Lions and just kind of seeing where you guys have gone and where they've gone since then? What kind of emotions does that bring up for you?
I thought you were going to ask me an actual question about the Lions.
What kind of
Well, about the game. Kind of.
Well, I can
Let's see. You know, their offense is playing historic numbers. They look fantastic, especially if you look at, like, they always give us a spreadsheet, like an early scout thing, and hey, if you're in blue, that means you're in the top 5 or top 10, and if you're in red, you're in the bottom 10, and all their categories in offense are blue. That means they're a very awesome offense. Goff's playing really well. The receivers are all playing at a high level. Running backs playing well. Their O-line's fantastic. Big fan of their center, Frank. Been to a couple Pro Bowls with him. Awesome dude. And then their defense, even though they've had a crazy amount of injuries, they're still playing up to their standard. And they were able to add Zadarius Smith, you know, before the trade deadline. Linebackers are still playing well. All their secondaries playing well. And, you know, there's a team that they believe in it. They believe in what Coach Campbell is talking about every single day. So they're going to come in this week, and I think we're all very aware that they think that they gave us one last year. And I think they're going to do everything they can to come in here and beat us by 30 points. And it's our job to not let them do that. And actually, I fully expect us to win. I go into every single game expecting to win a football game. You know, if you go in expecting to lose, I think you're going to lose no matter what. Hey, Eric Saubert. No, I think it's going to be a really fun game on Monday Night Football. And, you know, actually, Brock just said something along the lines of, he was like, when he was a kid, he dreamed of playing on Monday Night Football, and you only get so many ops. You get, like, what, 1, maybe 2 of those a year, so might as well take advantage of it.
What's your impression of Dan Campbell's style of coaching? He doesn't call plays, but it seems like he has a big impact on that team.
He doesn't call. I think when you have a head coach who had played, and the way that he played too, he was a very gritty, kind of a nasty player, but it was like beloved by all of his teammates. I think it's really easy to play for guys like that, because I don't think you can see all the clips and like his original press conference, like biting the kneecaps and stuff like that. I think that while like to people on the outside that might look funny, I think once you get to know him and you find out that's who he is, I think people love that. And I think he seems like a really easy guy to play for. And like, he seems like a guy who, like, they have hard practices. He makes them grind, makes them earn every second. But like, you want people like that to hold you to a standard. And that's a standard that they've created and he's created since they've been there. And it's very awesome to see that the Lions have gotten to that. But it's our job to, take them down a little bit.
When you look at the practice today, like only 2 offensive linemen have started here.
You guys noticed that? Dang it.
Yeah. Does that kind of make you the 6th offensive lineman on Monday? Do you kind of have to?
I've kind of been like I've been like that for a long time.
It could be top 5 now.
More.
Do I get Trent Williams money? No, I know.
Ask me in the off season.
That was a good one. No, there's always, so like when you lose offensive line, like it limits you into certain things that you can and can't do. But I think our game plan is it's really fun. There's a lot of things in there that we haven't done for a while that we're going to be able to pull out. And what I'm really excited about, the Lions play a lot of man coverage stuff, which is something that statistically it says that we've struggled against that. So it'll be a very good challenge for us to go out there, get open, let Brock throw some dimes. And I like the guys we brought in off the line. It's going to be difficult regardless, because when you bring guys in who haven't been a part of your system, they don't know everything. There's definitely some meshing that you have to do. But so far I think they've done a really good job. Whether it's Austin or Charlie Heck, or we just signed Mr. Hennessy over there with his knee sleeves on. Love it. But I'm looking forward to going to battle with these guys.
Did you ever flirt with the idea of packing on an extra 50 pounds and playing
Absolutely
offensive tackle?
not. You know what? Maybe in year like 13 or 14, that'd be awesome. It could be fun. Just do what Mercedes Lewis does. I'd love that. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.